What's up, guys? Here to bring you Turner Talk number 48. This is a big one. It's a good one. Want to versus willing to. Okay, I'll start with a quote by Bruce Lee. This is a quote on my website. This is like a really big quote for me. Everybody wants to be a champion, but few are willing to train to be a champion. You know what that means is obviously that like everybody wants the goals, everybody wants to be the best, but few people are willing to actually put in the work. And that's what I want to talk to you today about. Want to versus willing to. Like I just said, everybody wants to do it, but wanting to do it is one thing, and being willing to sacrifice, being willing to put in the work, being willing to miss, I don't know, time with your friends and family sometimes. That's where champions are truly made, right? Like, what are you willing to sacrifice for it? I used to say this all the time. Do you really want it, or do you really just want to talk about it? Because that's what it comes down to. A lot of people just want to talk about it because it sounds good. I want to be a state champion. I want to be a national champion. Do you really? Because your actions aren't showing me that. You're missing practices. You're not giving your all when you're actually at practice. Your grades are bad. Your room's not clean. All these little things kind of add into that. You don't listen to your parents, right? All these things add into becoming a champion and being willing to be a champion. Just wanting it isn't enough. You got to put in the work. So like, think about Wyatt Hendrickson, NCAA championships this year. Everybody's talking about that match, raving about that match. He wanted to be a national champion, but he was also willing to go the extra mile, willing to believe in himself, willing to put in the work it took to get there, but also willing to get that last takedown. Dude knee slid probably like 6 or 7 different times to finally go get that, right? If you really don't believe in yourself and you kind of just want to talk about it and stuff, then you would just take that shot, maybe knee slide once or twice, and then just admit defeat. It's okay. It's Gable Steveson. He's a multiple-time NCAA champion and Hodge winner and Olympic gold medalist. So a lot of people would justify that loss. And I'm not gonna lie, I've done that in my career. I was actually wrestling this dude. His name's Matt Cullum. I think I was a sophomore. And I remember I was wrestling this kid, taking him down. We were going like back and forth. I think I was down by 1 and I needed to go get a takedown to win. And obviously I had taken the guy down a bunch of times before, so I should be able to go get this last takedown. But I remember thinking in my head like, oh yeah, this guy's #1 guy in the country, so it's like, it's okay that I kept it close. And so I didn't go get that last takedown. And I remember I came off the mat and, I wasn't like happy, but I wasn't like super upset. My mom's like, what's going on with you? And I was like, well, Mom, that was the #1 guy in the country. And she was like, so? That doesn't matter. She was like, you kick his ass just like everybody else's. And that really kind of sparked something for me because, it made me think like, yeah, she doesn't care who I'm wrestling. I need to go wrestle everybody the exact same. So, that was a big breakthrough for me. And actually, that was my first year to become All-American. Anyway, back to the point. Want to versus willing to. You have to be willing to sacrifice, willing to put in the time, willing to miss some things with your friends and family sometimes, willing to be uncomfortable. That's a big one in practice. Willing to be uncomfortable and push through uncomfortable situations in practice and in matches. Because how you train is how you're going to compete. So if you're not pushing through tough situations in practice, don't think you can just turn it on and do it in matches. It's just not going to work. That's a really big concept. I know people talk about the have to versus get to attitude, and that's really good. Like if I have to, I have a negative mindset about it. But if I switch it to where I get to, then it's a more positive outlook and I'm going to get more out of myself. Same thing. Don't just want it. Be willing to put in the work. A big shout out to Southwind Visual for putting together these Turner Talks. Once again, we're back in the game. Turner Talk number 48, want to versus willing to.